Alright, welcome back to the rest of the story. I'm working on this sweep tub, and this has been maintenance free its whole life on our farm. As far back as I can remember, which is, I want to say Dad bought it back when I was in high school. Uh, it doesn't really get used that often, but it does get used at least once every year since he's had it, and this year we've used it at least twice. I'm planning on using it here later this year, probably a time or two. Say if I go and buy some cows, I'm actually doing some looking into actually breeding them back artificially. I'll probably use this to do that, and then I'll have to run my calves through the chute here September, October. That's the current plan as it is. So all I'm doing, for being around as long as this thing has, the only thing that really gave us any problems was the handle on the winch. The handle actually stripped out, so it didn't allow us to raise it back up after we had already had it down, so we had to use a skid steer to pick it up. Well, in our haste, we forgot to fold this frame arm, this whole piece that's kind of hanging out towards the camera right now. We didn't get that folded in like we should have to fold it up properly, so it didn't really hurt anything. I just wrapped a chain on it and brought it over to the home farm. It's fixed up, and it's actually ready to go back out to my brother's place to get put inside. Our bale mover on to the left side of your screen is also back at the home farm. I went ahead and torched off the bent arm. I'm going to just take it up to the welding shop and just have them fabricate and weld on a new arm. It really isn't going to be that big of a deal. Just cut, and there you go. We really don't use those movers as much as we used to. Back when I was growing up, that's all we had for the most part. We did use a flatbed here and there. But looking back now, I'm realizing that hauling in 150 to 200 bales of hay, of first or second cutting in the middle of summer, one bale at a time with the 2955 of my grandpa's, was strategically given to me as a job to keep me busy. Really slow, really inefficient, absolutely. But I do remember many times where my grandpa was also hauling with his 4230, and we would haul two at a time, two tractors running. It still would take 2 or 3 days, but that's kind of a memory I have of my grandpa. Another memory that I have of grandpa is actually kind of related to having the sweep tub. Back when I wasn't quite old enough to help run calves to the chute to vaccinate them for the year, Grandpa, I remember quite vividly, actually got hit by a steer that was down to like the last one, and anybody that works cattle knows that does get kind of dangerous when you're down to the last calf or two, because you find steers or heifers that you didn't know were crazy until you really get them isolated and cornered, and you realize how much fight they have in them. And that's what happened to my grandpa. We were using the old just gate method and trying to corral them in that way, and we got down to the last steer, and it outright refused to go into the chute. And you know how they get that look in their eyes where when you see it, you know dang well that they're already sizing you up as to whether or not they can run through you or over you. And this steer did it to my grandpa, and my grandpa wasn't quite quick enough to get out of the way. And the steer actually put its head into my grandpa's chest and picked him up, like not cleaning up over his head, but picked him up where his feet were dragging, and it rammed him into one of the gates that we had set up to kind of pen the cattle in, and destroyed the gate, put a nice, pretty heavy arc in that 16-foot gate, ruined it, done. And I guess, long story short, we can say the same thing about that steer. But that was probably a very good instance where the sweep tub would have come in handy. I don't remember the exact reason as to why my dad went out and bought this. I do know it was after a particularly rough day of running calves through the chute, And I mean, one of these is the amount of money this thing actually cost is worth its weight in gold as compared to one broken bone. I mean, I sprained my ankle this summer, and being down for a week almost killed me. I mean, I absolutely hate being locked in the house when it's sunshine and beautiful outside. And being laid up with a broken bone would be infinitely worse to me. So it is nice having the safety equipment around. If you can use it, to most definitely use it. So working on gradually getting around to work on some of this equipment around here, that the random odds and ends that need to be addressed. I'm going to be trying to buy some cattle here going forward, as in hopefully less than a week now. I don't know if I'll find anything or not, but all you can do is be optimistic, and we'll be putting the chute to a little bit more work this summer. And just like that, the winch is gone to work, and lock it back up, and it's good. Excuse me, and it's good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Hoping this mild weather we've had isn't gonna go the other way on us, but from the weather forecast, it sounds like we might get a bunch of rain and snow. So time will tell. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Take care, take it easy, keep in touch.